Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Bite Size. With us today is Maxime, who is working at NGS Stockholm, and he is going to show us today how to do a first release for pipeline. So something that a lot of developers are coming across. It's your platform.
Thank you very much. So hello everyone, I'm Maxime, and today I'm going to show how to do first release, and I will showcase that with the seqinspector pipeline. So for those of you who are interested into the seqinspector pipeline, a friend will do the bite size regarding that particular pipeline next week. So stay tuned. So first of all, I'm going to check we have documentation for that. Because we have an amazing documentation team that is working on that. It's going to be updated soon, I assume, because yes, they're always working to make it better. So I'm going to check the release checklist. So reset the default branch when the code is stable. It's stable, ready for release. It's ready for the release. I need to set the default branch to master. So I go to settings. And here in settings, I just switch the default branch from dev to master. You can switch it to main, obviously, if your default branch is main. On this particular pipeline, we haven't switched from master to main yet, but I'm guessing this will be done in future updates. Okay, I'm changing the default branch. Okay, we are good. Let's continue on. So bumping the pipeline version, we have done that already. Linking the pipeline, we have done that already. I'm not very happy with the order of this checklist, but it's fine. No worries about that. Core pipeline review. So that's the biggest, and I think the one that is the scariest for everyone. And that is this particular pull request. It's a pull request that is open for everyone to see, for the core member, so people such as like James, Phil, Rike, Satish, or Julia, in that particular case, that can review the pipeline code and suggest some change and ask for more clarification, especially on the documentation and such. So I created this pull request on January 15. And it's a pull request that is coming from dev to an empty master branch that corresponds to the template, which means that this will showcase the whole code base that we are doing. So here in that case, it will be like around 14,000 code line. So that's quite a lot. But Julia was very nice to check this out. She made a comment like last month, and she said that it was looking good, but there was like some leftover comments to do. So I resolved this comment. I made some modification again, and I make subsequent pull requests to fix all that. And once that was done, and that Julia gave me the final green, I finally was able to close this pull request. And in the meantime, I could open as well the release pull request, and I asked some of my collaborators to help me review that one. So I'm not the one that was responsible for this pipeline at the very beginning. I just jumped in when I joined NGI a couple of months ago, and I helped pushing this pipeline down toward like the finish line. So for me, it was fairly easy because all of the other people working on this pipeline have done a very good job, and that was quite good. So Rike had just some minor comments. She wanted to make me to be sure that the publishing was working okay, and then to make sure that the mega test was working. So it was working. Nicolas had an extra comment. That led us to blocking the release process. So I made some subsequent PRs that were fixing all of this issue. While I was doing that, okay, why not? I fixed some other issue. And in the end, we are quite happy with that. So let's go back to the documentation. Okay, core pipeline review. So that's what we have done. So we are good. Making the release, we're getting there. So that's exactly what we are doing. So we are good on that. Developing enough core pipeline privately. That's not what we have done there, so we don't care much there. Showing your pipeline is enough for website, so we are good on that side. And subsequent link, that will be good. One thing that I think is missing from there will be, yes, from this page, I don't see Zenodo anymore. So let me just usually showcase what I will do in such a case. So I will go on Slack and go to the request core channel. In the request channel, I will push the button here, Zenodo, and I will request Zenodo activation for the seqinspector pipeline. When that request is done, then a core member, so such as myself, I did that myself. So in that case, it's just showing that what needs to be done for a Zenodo release. And what happened on the Zenodo side, a core member will have access to all of the Zenodo pipeline. And you can see that here on seqinspector, now it's turned on. So when I release, there will be a Zenodo record for the seqinspector pipeline. So I'm just reloading this page to make sure that we're good with that. I'm guessing I can just click on that. Okay, flip the switch. Yes. The switch is getting ready. So now I just need to make the first release. So as a regular user, you will not see that, and you need to make sure to ask a core member. And that's all. So here we are good. We are on the master branch. And I think that what I can do now is just to release. So here I'm doing a release, a pull request for the release. So I just want to do a regular commit merge. I choose in this pipeline to do a squash and merge so that every single PR is as a single commit. So which is much more simpler when you review. As you can see that all of these particular commits are dedicated to a particular single pull request. And if you look to older commit, you can see that a lot of them are from multiple commits belong to the same pull request. So it's make a bit of a messier history, but in the end, it doesn't really change much. So what I'm doing now, I'm measuring the pull request. The pull request is now merged. Okay, we are good. Now I go back to the repo itself. I can really see that I'm on master, so we are good. And now what I will do, I will do a release. And where do I do the release here? Sorry. Issue. Wait, pull request. Let me go back on my pull request. Release one. Yeah, and we said, no, why has it been deleted? No, been merged. Okay, we are good. It has been merged. So we are good on that side. And now I'm just looking to see the release. Where is the release stuff? Okay, of course, it's always when you're looking for something that it's not there anymore. Where's the release? Include yes. Okay, I will find that. Returns. No. Yeah, so I think it's good that we are doing that because that way you can see how bad it can get when you have not done that before. And okay, let me check that. Do release. Should I do? Okay. So I'm guessing when it's not there, it will happen. It will arrive somewhere. So I'm creating a new release. The tag will be 1.0.0. Create a new tag. The tag will be created on publish. What I usually do in that case, because I never remember what is the code name that I choose for the release, I go check my changelog, and in the changelog, I can see that the release code name is inspector gadget. we choose in this pipeline to have all of our code name related to famous inspector, either fictional or real, and I'm guessing more fictional than real. In that case, it's inspector gadget. So I will type there the name of the pipeline, the release version, and then the code name. I'm checking the generate release note because I'm completely lazy, and that way I have something there. Okay, full change log, but what I can add here is initial release of seqinspector. Okay, and from there I can just do publish release. And now we are good. If we look on the NF Core website, we won't see anything yet because it takes a bit of time for the website to be updated, but soon it will be updated. And if I will look at seqinspector, I will see that at some point this is not the development version of the pipeline anymore, but it's a release pipeline. So for me, usually in that case, I think it's time to celebrate. So I always prepare myself a drink. In that case, it's just orange juice, so no need to worry, people. And I think it's good to go. Does anyone has any question now? I guess I can stop sharing my screen and we can welcome people to ask their own questions.
Yeah, maybe we can make sure that people can unmute themselves. Let's see. This changed for me. Maybe you can do it.
No.
No, everyone can already unmute themselves. So if you have a question, okay, you can ask yourself now. You can unmute yourself and ask now.
Yeah, thanks, Matthias, for the.
Oh yeah, here, Adam.
Adam, yes.
I don't know if I've actually got a question. But I was thinking, like, what would make it smoother for you? Like, what if you could, if you could wave your magic wand and like have something automated, what would be the best?
Like for me, I think for first release, nothing much because there are like so many stuff that I want to make sure are done like in the right way that I'd rather have no automation than an automation there. For me, it's more for subsequent release that I would very much welcome an automation, especially in terms of launching the mega test, making sure that the mega tests are working properly. Maybe be even better and make some proper verification of the mega test. At the moment, we are only verifying that the mega tests are running without error. We are not checking the files that are produced and so on. So for me, there are most stuff that we can do, that we can automate, but I do think at the moment we are a bit lacking on some proper validation. So yeah, I think the main issue on my side will be more bumping the version of the pipeline because that's always a mess and just making a pull request to bump the version from dev to a release, like to a release number and then back to dev. That's two pull requests that are completely useless in my point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, having such a simplification will be nice, but yeah, I'm guessing it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I actually have a question. These like two pull requests. There's like the first one that is kind of a fake pull request, if you want, that is never getting merged. And then there is the one that actually creates the version that is released. But why do we have to? Why do we do this fake pull request?
So it's mainly for a historical reason, and also because before you actually do your release, you are allowed to do more or less whatever you want. So you can have a developmental branch on dev and a more stable branch on master without having to do a release.
Yeah.
So we do the first fake release from dev to an empty master branch that is the template. That way we see the whole code base. And then if you do your release PR, it will be from dev to the current master. That might not be the same as the empty one. So that's why we need two PR in that particular case.
Yeah.
Also, maybe, sorry to chime in
No,
there.
go.
One other point there is that the pseudo release, we call it, is showing not changes from template updates. So the one from dev to master might have template update changes in there, which we don't need to review. So the clean, like pseudo PR shows just changes actually from the code, not from any template updates.
And we only need to do this for the first release. We don't ever need to do this later on, right?
No, never on. That's just for the first release.
Yeah.
I don't see much sense into doing like a particular byte size for just a pipeline release, but if people request that, we can do that as well. I'm sure we have like tons of pipeline getting released, like no, not tons of pipeline, but we have pipeline getting released like quite often. So it's something that is easy that we can do as well.
So are there any more questions? If not,
I have a question for you, Fran. Do you have your drinks ready? Yeah.
Yay! and I have stickers.
Oh, good. Oh, can you show us the sticker?
I don't have them here. I'm in a little meeting room, but
Okay.
next week.
Good. Then thank you everyone. Stay tuned for next week.
I have a sticker.
Ah.
Woo! Oh, oh.
It looks great.
Nice. So yeah, my little secretary handed me my sticker.
That's nice.
It was Matthias.
I knew it was Matthias.
Okay. If there are no more questions, thank you so much for showing us the process. And if there are any more questions, everyone feel free to ask your questions in Slack or directly to Maxime, I guess. And I hope to see you all next week to introduce seqinspector. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.